Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Wednesday, and we are going to be doing stuff. I'm just quickly updating the short stream, so hopefully we can get some more people on there, because people over on the short stream subscribe a lot more than people on the desktop. So, this is what we were working on last Sunday, and I kind of want to continue this. Mainly want to work down the bottom section, but going to kind of keep going with everything as well. Let me just click save, please. Can't fool me. No, it's not Saturday. I know. Being tricky. Tricky. Lovely. Add that here. Click this on. Yes. Automatic. Save. We're almost there. I'm almost there. I'm going to smash this, and it's going to be great. We're not going to smash the computer. It's more just, we're going to get stuff done. Let's just say yes to that one. And get down there. Is that, okay, shorts. That's that stream. Perfect. All right, let's go. Blessings on blessings on blessings. Thank you very much, Mr. Pyramid. Mark here. Leo, welcome to the stream. I hope you guys are fantastically doing well. So where we left off yesterday, Sunday, which was 3 days ago, was I was showing you the alternate UV maps, which is pretty cool. But now we're going to continue to feel a bit more of this area. What the hell? What the deuce? Not the biggest fan of this railing. I reckon we might remove that and work with something else. Let's keep working with stuff that we've done. Let's go Shift D. I'm just going to build this up. We'll just go P, separate by selection. I'm using something else as a bit of a reference guide, just because I like the style. And so let's kind of go, maybe in solid mode would make life easier, Marco. Yeah, it would. Something like that. E to extrude Z. So we'll go with that. Is that the right place? I don't know. Are we making it too busy? I don't know. But let's do it. So we'll go something like this. I'm going to go E to extrude. And then from here, let's go GZ. E to extrude on the Y-axis. And then that's going to give us that. Whoops. Let's pull this down. Sir. Perfect. Maybe we might just bevel that. Just to give it something a little bit pretty. A chill Wednesday stream. All right. It's probably only going to be maybe an hour. It is 11:15. Following tutorial video on creating walk animation and attaching a camera to it. I think I know the tutorial you're talking about. It's a bit of an old video. Still checks out. Let's go through and add one of these in. We've got 13 viewers come through. That's great. We've got only one person on the shorts. A little bit disappointing. You should be off-putting. Let's go GZ. I'm going to kind of match what we did here. Yes, thank you. How many of you are parents is the question. It's not a sponsored ad. It's not. It's more, I'm a coach for a soccer team. And I bought the Xbox Go Falcon. So I'm looking forward to testing the camera out, recording our games for analysis. So I can tell them, hey, this is what you're doing wrong. Playing Zomboid. Oh, I have watched so many Project Zomboid videos where, not gonna lie, I do actually want to play that game. But I can't be stuffed. I'm not going to lie. I just can't be stuffed. I know it's going to be a massive time sink, and I will spend hours upon hours upon hours playing it. But I know if I touched it, I'm a plant parent, but that's about it. I mean, technically you could put a camera on it and film it. There's some good channels which do like time lapses. Yeah, dude, it's hardcore. Yeah, Yeah. The stress of that game. One thing as well here, so you can see how, kind of like how I did it. Ugh. I stuffed up there. Invert, delete faces. So let's maybe fix this a bit better. Start off with, I'm going to grab these sections. And we're just going to pull it down a bit. Just so it's more in line. So they're roughly the same thickness. Yep, that's good enough for me. Now we've got this problem. So I go shift right click, we put the spin tool, guesstimate. Probably about here. Spin tool that puppy back up. And then we'll bring it up. Let's give it too high. And then we'll give it a slight rotation through there. And bam. Oof. Let's do that. All right. That pipe looks a bit better. This is a hot mess. So I'm going to grab this, move it over. Yeah, we'll fix it like this. I'm going to move this up. I'm going to move this down. These are no longer in the same position, which is fine. I'm going to... I love those time-lapse videos of plants growing. Yes! It is rather addictive to watch those videos. Just the time sink in filming those videos is insane. But the reward on watching those, like watching how the plants grow, it's pretty suave. Let's do this. And now we've got this really nice pipe kind of like in this inlay. However, when we go to UV unwrap it, it's going to be a little bit sucky. So I'm going to start adding in just some edge loops, scale Z on the 0. Control B to do a bevel. Let's just add in one edge loop. Control numpad minus to minimize the selection. Alt S, bring it in. Then we can go V to rip, just so it all separates. Nice. Just a little thing. And then we'll do one up here as well. Control B again. Control numpad minus, Alt S. Get in. V to rip. And we now have that. So it's adding a lot of character. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I think once we start bringing in signage, Animator Fan 74, welcome to the stream. I hope you're kicking a stupid amount of goals. Cool. Yes, I like how this is coming along, but now I just feel like I need to make a sign. I'm just going to quickly jump onto midjourney, because I know that I was playing with it. So you kind of see all the buildings that we created. Trying to create some sort of more like these types of logos, these like cyber-esque punk logos. D&D character. The vending machines that we did a few weeks ago. This is the kind of stuff. For some reason, the prompt started spitting out skateboards. I don't know. But I think I might take, some of these. Do. It's really weird, those dots. What about this one? Yeah, I could probably snap up some of these signs. I'm just going to save it. Whatevs. Save image. Let's minimize, and then I'm going to go and save that in my folder. User, cut into the working files, straight. Let's go paste. This one is going to be T_signs_ skateboards, just so I know what we're talking about. At my brother's wedding in Paris, I raised my champagne glass and said, eggs, cinnamon, bread, and maple syrup. It was a French toast. what do... What does the Eiffel Tower and an earworm have in common? They're both parasites. Yeah, I'm here till late. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry in the slightest. Let's go image, mesh plane, and I'm going to bring in that sign. Alt G. And so you can kind of see. Yeah. Thanks, animator. You have to love an AI generation. You tell it what you want, and it just spits out something random. Yep. That's a good one. Okay, let's go. How do you know a computer is getting old? Loss of memory. Delete faces. And we're just going to... Actually, I might just move this edge up. GG. And we're going to slice these up into pieces. Like so. And we'll utilize these somehow. I gotta work out a better way to do like emission textures. I feel like I'm missing something. Where is it? There it is. We're just having them, yeah, I don't know. Something I gotta work on. But for now, we will do this. Delete faces, select all. Let's go P, separate by loose parts. Then we can select all these. Let's go right-click, set origin to geometry. And then, for instance, if I grab what one looks... Maybe this one here. Ugh. No! Rotate X, 90. Lost memory. That's a Bethesda game. That was a bit loud. So, what I'm half thinking is that we need something like along here, maybe, or maybe even we throw it here, for instance. Nah, throw it over here. Maybe we can have it sticking up. And so if, oh, itchy nose, come on, man. If we come over here, I'm just going to bring the sun down to -2. Let's go into shading. We have this piece. Okay. Let's do Emission. Go away alpha. Goes into color. Color also goes into strength. Let's go into a math node. Plot that there. And we're going to multiply the color. So if I do like 10, for instance, only the bright spots will pop out harder. Which isn't too bad. I like that. I'll buy it. If you're new to the stream, welcome. Yo, bro, just saw some. Jenny got crazy potential. Oh, whatever. So I'm liking this. This is great. I actually don't have to do too much. What I will do is some sort of border around this. Like Allen border. For those cricket fans of you. The worst game ever made. Or played, sorry. Let's rotate the scale. Apply the scale. Now, I actually need your advice. I discovered I can give free licenses or free month subscriptions to Patreon. How should I go about giving it out? Like, I need some like good metrics, because for the person that will, 1 to 2 people that would get a free license to Patreon. Free month to Patreon. What would be the best way of doing it? I keep expecting to add a pink neon glow to those bands of the horizon pipes. You reckon? I mean, we could. Used to watch Alan Borden when we were young lads. Yuck. No. Cricket was definitely not my jam. I avoided it like the plague. Let's go into metal. Dark bits. What does that? I don't think black is the right color here. Let me bring the sun back. Let's go to 15. I've made that way too big. All right, let's redesign this. Let's start again. I'm just going to start with one vertice. Control I, invert my selection, delete vertices. We will do E to extrude Z all the way down. Select that. E to extrude along the X-axis, like so. Nice. Challenge. Cricket is like sitting there and watching paint dry. But I can't how do parents watch it? Like, oh, it's Saturday afternoon. I'm going to go sit at a park for 4 hours and watch my child stand waiting for a ball to come. Like, as a kid's... I don't understand. I don't understand this. It just seems like an absolutely horrendous sport. What am I looking for? Wireframe. So I'm going to convert this to a wireframe. And then that's going to give us... stinging cricket. Generate. Let's go into a bevel. Perfect. So kind of like making this wireframe that goes around it. Animator fan. I don't know where you're from. The only real good thing about cricket was probably the 12th man. That was amazing. No. Oh. Okay, I need to work out how I can get rid of this edge. Oh, if I just go delete edge loop. Yeah, nice. Delete edge loop. Delete edge. Oh, delete edge. Let's go there. I'm going to press F. And so now when we look at that, we've got a nice, yeah, perfect. Can I make it thicker? Beautiful. And we'll increase the segments. Nice. I mean, the sign's kind of floating there. Do I care? GY. That's kind of cool. And then we can utilize this. Let's go Control A on the wireframe, Control A on the bevel. We can clear this out now. Delete, actually, we'll increase that selection. Delete faces. And then we'll select these ends, scale X0. Stream today, I know. No tomorrow, Lou. You're not going to the toilet tomorrow? 12th man. Yeah. Yes, we're back. Plus that, how green was my cactus? Radio comment show that took... Yeah, right. I don't know that one. I might have to look into that one. Because there are some very clever people. Yeah, sweet. Okay, so let's go. Yes, Mr. Spooky. We are streaming tonight. Someone's joined. Who was that? Zoop. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for subscribing and helping me reach my goal of 100,000. We are on our way. Let's go F and F. So now we have that. Let me just go into Shade Smooth. Will it blend? It will not blend. You know what? Let's just hide that as is. The only time I had fun at cricket was taking pictures for a club. It was a blast. I got to be right in the pitch taking photos. That's pretty cool. So my camera here, which is a EV10, which I use as a webcam. So I take all the kids' photos on it. It's great. It's more practicing for when I need to do better photos. But yeah, it's from the 80s. The comedy company Full Frontal, pinnacle of comedy. What came after Full Frontal? No, it was Fast Forward, then Full Frontal. I heard clever. Did someone call me? Where, yeah, Eric Bana was on there, Sean McAuliffe, Milo Kerrigan. I can't be too loud. But that's, yeah. I like that. I think somehow this can be more prevalent. But now, if I were to join these two, for instance, and I were to bring another one down here, and let's kind of maybe slap it in there, GX, because this is sitting on a texture map, for instance, I can come into here. Let's go into UV editing. Let's select this material, right? That one there. We can now change the sign by just moving it over. And because everything is very uniform, you can see now that we've got that. Over Canon 5D, MKV, IV, what's K? Is M50K? I don't know. And IV is obviously 4. I did see a pretty cheap 70, and I was like, oh, do I buy it? But I don't need it. Been binging a couple of your VODs. Happy to catch you. Thank you, Fafa. Fafa? If you have any questions, yeah, let me know. Happy to do what I can before I lose the plot. Yes, so I'm liking these signs. Do I like it, the fact that they're so blue? Here's a little trick. So we've got a texture here. What if I don't want these to match? I want something a little bit different. I can't. Technically, what I could do here, if I created a second material and go invert color, it would kind of like invert that color. But that's a bad example. So I'm not going to do that one. The best example of that is when we made this vending machine probably 2 weeks ago. This is the invert color of this one. Super simple. Mark 4. Yeah, okay. How to control the number of cuts. To control the number of cuts. You mean edge loops? Because if we go edge loops, we go, for instance, here, tab into edit mode, control R, and then we've got mouse wheel. We'll control the number of edge loops. Don't do that. Hey, is there a way to learn UV unwrapping without blowing up my head? Nah, that's fine. So the lemon diet. I prefer to use DreamUV. I have a video on that, and I did it recently. Let me find it. Great question. I want to watch that video. Oh, nice. Let's go into here. So, okay. It's an interesting title. I don't remember doing that title. Let's go there. And so if you want to do UV unwrapping, Control V, and enter. Check that one out. Just so everyone else can see it. I'll pass it around. Right. So let's go ahead and do some chopping here. This is slightly bugging me. So I'm going to deselect. Deselect that. Let's go GY. Bah. do I need to do? Maybe here. And then we can go, no, 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 no. GY, something like that. U and yo. No, yo. G or X. Just so it's kind of a little bit more even. What if I... Oh, actually, that works out fine. Perfect. What I want to do now is add some cutaroonies in here, just to give it some extra details. So let's go edge. What the deuce? How'd that happen? What the? Do I have a face in there? Control L, P, separate by selection. Cool. Blender. Oh. How bizarre. Anyway, whatevs. I do want to now kind of cut that to make sure that we're all good. So I'm just going to go knife tool, AC, and enter. Let's go merge by distance to make sure that we don't have any overlapping vertices. If someone would make an AI add-on that would do UV unwrapping, well, I mean, there is. You just use the default stuff. I mean, that works quite well. And also DreamUV is an add-on, so aha. And then you got UV Packmaster. There are a few. Alternatively, you could just do procedure materials, which you are awesome at, and I hate you. Let's go GG. You know it's not a stream until I say that, Spooky. And then I'm going to go here. I'm going to add in a knife tool, AC, and we'll cut straight across there. Let's do... Ugh. Maybe what we'll do is bring that across so it sits something like that. I want that one. I want that one. There. Ah, no. Oh, no, bro. Let's deselect that. Here, here, here. Nyar. Marklar. There, there, there. And I want to chop this up. Let's go middle mouse. Control numpad minus. And we'll do an Alt S to bring that in. V to rip. So just trying to add like a little bit of extra details through here. Let's put an edge loop through there. Scale X0. And I'm just going to move that to there. Control B. Control numpad minus. Alt S. V to rip. Let's do that. And just adding in some panel cuts. That's all we're doing to add in some extra detail. I'm splitting it just to save me a headache later on. And then we'll do B, GZ, bring that down. So if I go Control S to save, and let's just have a look, UV maps are all going to be off, but I like what we've got there. Milo 3 UV is one of the, yeah. You would be actually surprised if we go into edit preferences, get extensions. There is actually a lot of add-ons here that are for free. So we've got Zen Checker, UV. That's not too bad. I don't know what else. But there are like so many add-ons now to explore. If I were to go into Mesh, let's have a look what comes up. Grease Mesh. Milo 3 Flex, whatever that is, Mesh Repair Tools, Mesh Align, Ivy Gen's in there. Like, there's a ton of free add-ons now. So, there's options for something for you to think about. My son asked me if I was glad there wasn't an E in my name. I said yes, because otherwise I'd be dead. Would be dead. Dad. Idiot. Nice. Shut up, it's late. Oh. A man walks into an Australian hospital and asks, "Did you bring me here to die?" "Nah, mate," the nurse says. "We brought you here yesterday." Checks out. Let's do a Control S. Control S to save. Let's go into there. Let's do a hotspot. I hate you so much. So somewhere we've got a problem. Where could it be? There's a hole. There's a hole in my pocket. Where could that hole be? Maybe if I just do a quick merge by distance, does that fix the problem? Nope. What is selected right there? Oh. Okay, all right, how am I going to do this? We'll do it piece by piece. So let's go Control L. Actually, P separate by loose parts. Okay, are you a problem? You're fine. Are you a problem? You're fine. Are you a problem? You are my problem. So something here has gone wrong. Ah, okay, I see it. We just need to select there, Control E, mark seam, and then I might do the same up here. Control E, mark seam, hotspot. There we go. Now let's just bring back these roof pieces together. Control J to join. Control S to save, and now it should be all UV'd nicely. I do want to add in a second material. So for instance, this here. Go line, and then we've got kind of like this black piece. And then we might do the same over here. Control B, middle mouse up, Control numpad minus, Alt S, bring it in, V to rip, Control L, select that puppy, click assign, and now we've kind of got these cool pieces all separated. The other thing that we probably could add that I was thinking about as I was looking at this, if I'm going to go here, Shift D, G, X, G, Y, poopy caca. Poopy caca. What I want to do is almost make a bit of a sign, something like that. This all needs to come out. Oh, darn it. Darn it, Mr. Arnott. So deselect all that. G, GY. Pull that out to there. GY. Maybe whatevs. To there, I want to grab this again, Control LP, separate by selection. And then from here, I'm just going to pull that one out. So we have this piece like this. Let's split it about here, delete faces. You'll see. What doth he doeth? Well. Going back to Blender add-ons, I went through a phase where I was just buying loads of them, different ones, huge number of them, didn't even try out. Yeah, I've got a same issue. Let's go unwrap, and then I'm going to split this puppy up, Control B, delete faces, and then we will, maybe what I might do is go E to extrude, small slit here, delete faces, Control L. Did I? Yeah, I did. Did I? No, I didn't. Delete faces. And then I'm just going to go E to extrude, Alt S, pull it out. Is that straight? Good enough. So this piece here can be our gray color, assign. This piece here can be our lights material, skateboard. Skateboard, skate, aye. Select that, invert my Control L, invert my selection, assign that. Then we can come into shading. Then we can come into UV editing. Assign. Where is it? Ah, jeez. Skate. And then we can turn it into this. That's ugly. Can we grab anything else? I think we might have to make something else. I think as well, probably the strength we can upgrade. Multiply, let's go 50. I really want nice bright lights. And so if we start looking at these kinds of signs, that's great. What brightness is that? Multiply by 200. I mean, we could try it, maybe just 100. And then that's given us these kinds of vibes. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'll buy it for $1. If you're new to the stream, welcome. Consider hit the subscribe button, which would be great. I like this. I like this. I like this. I do have like a window texture somewhere that we can utilize later on. But that is looking good. Now, time to build this internal bit. What is that going to look like? I don't know. I don't know. Okay. The reason why this guy looks funky with his hair is because, so if you ever got like transparent materials and it looks disgusting, if we come over into the render settings, into light paths, max bounces, the transparent there, I'll show you. We can bump up that number. So with character-created characters, if I bump it up to 100, now you can see. The problem is that this is all a hair texture, and it's just like transparent material, transparent material, transparent material. And so it's literally only calculating how many passes it can go through. So if I were to do like 10, we can go through 10 layers, 20. Yeah, it's pretty close to going all the way through. But that's what that is. But obviously, if we have large amounts of transparent, obviously render will take longer. So I'm just going to put it down to 5 for now because I don't really care. But changing those light paths and bringing those down, speed up your render times dramatically. I like this. I like this. I like this. This is great. The bollards, I don't know, work that out. Love this little machine that we built last week. Obviously, we're still missing a whole bunch of stuff in here. Nice. But let's work on this section. We can make it. I'm just going to separate. Just thinking what's going to be the best way to chop this up. Let's go edge loop into maybe edge loop there and edge loop here. I just want to be working on these pieces now. So I'm going to go P, separate by selection, just so we've got the facade. Facade! 4K and type the message in Chinese so Mark can't read it. I did end up buying loads of add-ons that he was using. The one add-on that I am furious they stopped updating is True Assets. So True Assets auto-connected to ambient CG. And what ambient CG was is kind of like a material library. So if you want a whole bunch of free textures, ambient, whole bunch of royalty-free textures there. It is a little bit of effort, obviously, to do it manually, but che cosa? Okay. Let's go like this. We're going to have a nice big get stuffed opening. Something like so. So this becomes deleted. Let's make a window. So we'll make these nice and big. Nice and big. To do an inset. Let's take them up. Let's take them apples. Beautiful. That's good. Oh, my goodness, my face. Do that and that. P, separate by selection. Can I do an Alt S? No, you suck. Individual origins. Oh, actually, what if I did that? Alt S. No, I hate you with a passion. Let's go individual origins, and we're going to scale. Scale it on the Z. We will select both of them, and I'm going to press I to do an inset. That is massive. Let's undo what I've just done. Scale again. Scale Z. I just want little window frames. I to do an inset. Delete faces for now. From here into modifiers, add modifier, solidify modifier. And we will increase the size there. Perfect. Let's move it inwards. Hey, brother. Hey, brother. From Bangladesh. Nice to meet you. Likewise. I want to ask, they don't have any Discord channel where we can share our 3D work and get some advice. There is an unofficial, I mean, there's my Discord, but there is an unofficial Blender community Discord, if you really want to. Invite to server, copy, Control V. So that's the unofficial Blender Discord. My Discord, oh yeah, I got to pin this. Invite to server, edit link. Expires never. Generate link, copy. How do if I do that? Aha, there it is. Okay, so if I do that, there we go. And then I'm just gonna subscribe to help me hit that 100K. Please. I'm gonna press that, and then I'm gonna press this. I'm going to pin that message. Then I'm going to press that, then that. I can do this, then that, and pin. Yeah, so I'm just currently making windows. Let's take what... I'm just trying to think how I'm going to do this now. Let's take this frame. I'm going to press F, P, scale that up. Let's do I to do an inset, face, and then I'm also just going to select these, delete edges, scale Z0, bring that back down, merge by distance, we can select all that. From here, E to extrude, no, don't do that. Add modifier, generate, solidify modifier. Make it nice and thick and plop it out a little bit. Even thickness, please. Then I'm going to go Shift D, scale that in. Let's grab these pieces, GZ, put that down, and now I'm going to make this thinner. just to give it, that's a bit too big. NGZ, there we go. Control S to save. What's that looking like? That's not bad. Let's just do this real quick. Let's go hotspot. Damn it. I'm not thrilled about that. Let's go assign. Same here. Assign. That's kind of cool. Let's go here. Let's just remove that material. So you can kind of see how that's coming along. I think we could probably do with something a little bit more clever. We'll continue on. Unknown 3D Blender, welcome to the stream. I want to monitor this. Well, let's click on this thing. Click on this. Ooh, nice. Analytics. Let's go into see live count. There we go. 99123. Can we go better? Thamus, welcome. We do interior too. Yeah, I'm going to probably do something super basic. It's more about kind of like, Gewin, welcome. The He-Man. Thanks. Now I can show. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to probably slap something on the inside together. If we have a look at what night looks like at the moment, so if I go -5, we can see this is what we've got at nighttime. Obviously, we need to come in and start adding in more pieces. That will be a future market problem. Will we get to it today? I don't know, but we'll see what happens. All right, so let's work on this interior. Can we move that back? We sure can, just to give us more space. Because you never give jury space. For those of you who don't know, it's probably a good way. No. Gene, welcome. I did pin that, yeah. Lol always has his problems. I've multiple problems. I'm going to grab, I'm just trying to work out what's going to be the best way to do walls. Ooh, how we was. Nope. Shift D, Y. We'll pull that out. P, separate by selection. GZ. Let's go there. Let's go there. Control B. And so I'm just going to kind of map around this for now. We won't go all the way. Oh, actually, I could have done that. EZ. Like so. And we'll grab this. G to the X. Making our way around. Like so. G, X along EX through there. Leave a bit of space out the back. E to extrude Y. E to extrude X along there. Keep going. Let's go. You can do this, Marco. You know the shortcut keys. You've been pressing them for many years now. Okay. And E to extrude along the Y-axis to about there. Great. All right, fellas. Yeah, where is Stephen Scott? I haven't heard from that guy from yonks. And then we will, oops, GG, put that in there. I need to put an edge loop around the top here. So I can select this, this, and this. Let's put an edge loop through here, please. And an edge loop through there. So I go yo, 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 delete faces. And so now we semi have an interior built. Just thinking what's going to be the best way. Control B. That over here. trying to, okay, that's weird. Just trying to put in the right amounts of edge loops. Let's press F. What? Shift N. Shift N, F. Cool. And then let's close that section off. F and F. Beautiful. Control S to save, hide, just so we can work on this room independently. So we have, that goes there. I need to add in another edge loop. That'll be that. Oh, geez, this is wonky as. I don't care. GY. And then we've got here. Here. Oh my goodness. Here. That gives us that. If I do a Control F grid fill, I hate you. If I do a Control F grid fill, offset. Did I not get the right numbers? Oh, that's so close. I don't care. That's fine. Oh, that's a hot mess. I should probably clean this up. I think this is going to be a later problem rather than moving this all around now. That's weird. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, whatever. So now we kind of got the basis for the interior. It gives cyberpunk vibes. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. Yeah, trying to get that soy, but it's a soy bit of punk looking nice. Okay, Alt H, bring everything back. Then if we come in here, I'm going to select this interior, and this is going to be minus, new material, matte _ white walls. I figure it's just going to be white walls on the inside there. And then we obviously got to build in all the crud. Now, one thing we haven't done is the floor. What is going to be the best way to do that? Yeah. What we could do, because I'm just going to copy the work for now, and then we'll worry about it later. Shift D. I'm going to grab that. Then I'm going to grab everything down here. Scale Z0. Nope. Individual origins. Scale Z0. Merge by distance. GZ. And I'm going to raise it up a little bit. And then EZ. And it's going to be kind of like a little bit of a step to get in. The reason for that is now our outside floor is independent to our inside floor. And then this is where we can add in some decorations and such. I mean, it's a little bit high. So maybe we go scale and then GZ, bring it down. There we go. So it's a nice little step. Is there a way to use a video loop for a texture on a sign above the door? Yes, there is. So yeah, we could do that. We could go down the route of creating a video. Don't have a video. We could always... My computer's thinking hard. We could always just animate the UV and have it rotating, but... Street Fighter 6 Jury? I don't know. Can you tell me how much should I charge for a mid-sized metal shop warship, a game-ready asset with texture? Nah. I don't know. Have a look at what other people are charging. And, you know, if it's better, charge more. If it's not as good, charge less. I don't know. That's one thing that I'm not good at, is how to price stuff. But I kind of have a look what's around and then make my choices off that. All right, so I need to make like a counter. I need to make the inside of a building. So I'm just going to quickly jump into here. Shop internal. Jump into midjourney. What do I like? Kind of like this. This is a pretty good. Yep, let's steal some of those kind of like ideas. What we might do, I want to steal that idea. So I'm going to come in. Let's steal this GZ, scale along the X, scale X0, scale X0, scale Y0, and scale Y0. All right. E to extrude. I'm going to grab that. And then we'll dump that there. Can we try and not put it through that wall? Perfect. Is that all the way through? Nope. There we go. Control L. How low can we go? I don't think we're ever going to see the inside of this shop. So we're going to be kind of like doing this super quick. I've only 2 years of experience 3D. Just started paying work. Where to look? Fab. CG Trader, Turbo Squid, multiple sites where you can sell 3D assets. But Fab would probably be your best because obviously that's something that's connected into Unity and Unreal Engine. And that's kind of like that market that they're going for. I like that, I like that, I like that. Do we create some shelves of Rooney? So good. Do we create, let's go like this. And what we're going to do is create a bit of a desk. So nice and high. So I think that's probably a nice height. Let's go, actually, scale on the Y. So we'll have stuff like that. Let's do a Shift D. Actually, what's going to be the best way? So we're going to make kind of like items that we can sell. Oh, I've got to start an urge to play Star Citizen, not going to lie. Something like that. I'm going to go Shift D, scale. Let's go P, separate by selection. Scale. Not going to put too much effort into this one. Let's go add in a modifier. We're going to add in a wireframe. You're a little bit big, 0.002. Bring it down, boundary, and then we'll put some edge loops. That kind of gives us, actually go some more edge loops, please. Yeah, nice. That looks kind of cool. And then we'll dump that one like here-ish. Let's select both of these. Mr. Philman, my guy. You, sir, I hope you are doing fantastically, buddy. I was in Radelaide not too long ago. I like the idea of Star Citizen right up to the moment I played it for the first time. Yeah, it is. It's a bit of a learning curve. Interior could resemble a bar, if you ask me. So this one's going to be a shop front, but then we'll probably go bars a little bit later. Mark, I'm still struggling with the DreamUV and your textures. I downloaded the textures material on your page design, but I missed something. There is an add-on that you need to download. So there is an add-on called DreamUV. I'm pretty sure in the Patreon, there is a link to where to get DreamUV. If not, let's just quickly send you the link. DreamUV Blender. There we go. Look, see, I got a full tutorial on how to do it. Oh, I've got 2 tutorials. Oh, I've got 3 tutorials. Oh, fuck. So let's click on DreamUV. Where it says code, download the zip, and then you install it as per usual. Oh, you've got DreamUV. Okay, sorry. So let's go into a cube, for instance. You need to bring in, there should be one of these. So it's a plane in the asset browser, if you brought in the asset browser. And this plane is specifically chopped up like this. And as you see, it matches the UV of that. What happens there is then we need to come in and on the hotspot tool, we need to select our object. We select what we want to now chop up. We go hotspot, and then it'll automatically UV unwrap it. You got to attach a material marker. You can do this, buddy. You can do it. There it goes. Let's go blue. And then that's how that works. Happy to talk to you afterwards on that one if we need to step through it. Over on the short stream, welcome. If you're new to the channel, well, hit the subscribe button, all that kind of jazz. We are working. Oh, no, don't delete that one. We are working on a bit of an interior for the shop. So just trying to make some of the lolly area or somewhere where we can pick up some food. Yeah, so when playing Star Citizen, I don't normally go out battling. You forgot the last bit. I don't normally go out battling. I'm just all about the trade. Buy less, sell more. Buy low, sell high. That is my jam. Control A, grab this piece. Oops. Actually grab that. Control J to join. Then we're going to grab both of this and this. Control L, Shift D, Z, Shift D, Z, Shift D, Z. Let's select this piece here. Control L, Control I. Then one of the things that we got to, like if we're going down this route, we have to build up, stuff to be actually putting in here. So let me just grab that. Control L. G to the Y. So that's something I might work on a little bit later. But we did work on creating some cans and such. So yeah. As we build assets, then we can start dumping more and more things in. So I'm going to go and just add in that as a DUV concrete gray. No, I need some light gray. We'll assign that. Control S to save. Hotspot. Did you die? It's thinking. Was you a big elite? No. I tried playing Elite Dangerous. I was there. Yeah. Didn't really tickle my fancy. I was more on the X series. Was what I was playing pretty hard. So what I'm thinking is we've got something like that. If we do go down, I was more the X series. Let's go like so. What I'm gonna do, Shift D. Something like that. And then from here, just thinking what's going to be the best way. Maybe we delete these vertices. Control L, Control Shift B. Hate you. Control L. I'm just going to deselect that one. Delete vertices. Let's just do this marker. Just delete that one. Here, Shift S, cursor selected, add in a cube. What I want to create is kind of like a bit of a barricade. Because this here is where the counter is. So let's go something like this, scale Y. I'm going to grab this piece, G to the Z, we'll pull that down. Shift D to the Y, and we'll bring that to probably about there-ish. I reckon we could probably move everything over. And just go all the way in. Lovely jubblies. Perfect, that's great. And then we'll do one in the middle, like so. There we go. That's the middle. I need to actually have it go all the way to the roof. Now I can grab that. Shift D, GY. Makula. Rotate Y, X. And then that'll sit like so. Bit of strength on there. Just trying to put that in the right spot. Perfect. And then this is where probably we will create a bit of a texture atlas of kind of like small signages and stuff. And then we'll have, you know, for instance, like a, you know, if I were to go right there, add in a plane, scale on the Y. This here would become kind of like a matte. And then maybe over here, we can throw in a computer. I have a computer somewhere. I made a computer. I think if we come over into working files, it was Remote Mechanics Workshop. It was the Med Bay one. And I'm just going to steal that computer. Just going to steal it. Just going to take it. Hang on. There's a computer. I like that computer. Let's take that. Come back into the other blend file. Control V. Alt R, Alt G. Let's do something like this. G to the Z. Maybe it's just sitting like so. Let me check the other place. File, open, don't save. Refueling station is the big one. Pop-up bar is the bar. Mechanics shop is that one. There's another one. Oh, the home. Yeah, that's the one we're after. Let's go open. And then that one should have a computer that I was after, which is the exact same thing. Dang it, Bobby. For those of you who don't know, so we built this a couple of weeks ago now, months, where I was building kind of like a kit of a whole bunch of like random buildings like this that we can then join together. It's kind of cool. I like it. But no bingo. No bueno. Detroit became human, has some impressive architecture. If you've seen it, it blends today's futuristic elements very well. I'm a fan of jumping into Tokyo and just going into Google Maps and just jumping around, having a look. What, if anything, is of interest. Let's actually fix this up. I'm going to grab this stuff. Rotate ZZ, XX, YY. GZ, GXX, move that to like here. GXX. And then I'm just going to go GXX. Beautiful. So it's just sitting something like that. He's got his wonderful little screen and little TV. And then we can put crud in the back. Detroit Become Human is a... Oh, it's a game. Right. I was like, that's really random to call Detroit Human. Detroit. Whoops. Didn't get very far though. All right, hang on. I'm intrigued. What is this Detroit Human? Detroit, that become a human. Okay. Interesting. Let's go Detroit Become Exterior. Oh gosh. bacteria. Oh, yeah. Yeah, look at that. Delish. Yeah, right. Yeah, that looks pretty sick. It is that mix between like traditionalism and then futuristic. What is it? What's the game about? Anthropic joined the Blender Dev Fund. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting indeed. Let's just have a quick squeeze. What's my damage? So we've got that, which is pretty cool. I like it. I like it. We'll probably put tiles on the ground. Yeah, that's cool. We've got to put some glass in here. Put glass there and then something behind it. And then we can go ahead and start filling it. Now, I'm just bringing in assets now because we just want to kind of like finish this up. It was a Sci-Fi Street View. Was it this one? I don't think it's this one. This one's too recent. But there was one where I built a kitbashing set. Yeah, it's not that one. I built a kitbashing set. It's not the industrial one. Marketplace, I think. Yeah, this is the one. That one. It's not a G game where you start by playing different characters. Reading. More money for the devs. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Where's the rest of it? So that's this kitbashing set. There's all the... Oh, here it is. This is what I was after. Control C. And then we've got a whole bunch of boxes that we can take. So if I were to go into rendered view... Yeah, we made these. Let me just take off face orientation. So a while ago, we made all these boxes, which I actually might revisit. Oh, hello. Lewis, thank you for the subscribe. You have joined the special crew of hoping to get me up there. 124. Here we go, baby. We're on the final stretch. We can do better on here. Let's grab this. Let's jump actually back into solid mode just so we don't eat up data. Control V. Where are you? Hello. Oh, there we go. G, Shift Z. If I remember this texture, this texture here should be a bit of a texture atlas. I don't think they're individual materials. Nope, they're individual materials. Okay, whatever. So, this one. Oh, I did. Ah, I already did pull that stuff out. Well, that means technically these parts here shouldn't be Emission. Yeah, all right, let's fix that. That becomes metal. Whatevs. Select that. Control numpad plus. Just make that metal. And we'll do it for the other ones. You, yo, yo, ho, ho. Select that. You become metal. And then last ones. You, and you. Control numpad plus. Metal. And then we kind of have, yeah, that's not bad. That's a little bit better. Let's just go G, Shift Z, and then we're just going to dump these in here. We might make them sit on top of each other. Shift S, cursor selected. Shift S, selection to cursor. And then we'll put it up against the wall. And let's just fill this out. Something like so. Shift D to the X. Put that like so, delete that. That gives us this. If we kind of like look from out here, you can see that we've got all our stuff in there. We could probably maybe even break a little bit up. So if I were to re-grab this sign here, Shift D, let's go into layout. We're going to clear this section, delete vertices, U and U, delete vertices. This will snap up to nyar. Spin that around. So we've got this. And then I'm just going to move it as if it's kind of like a little stand. A little bit of a sign there. Rotate to the Z. Put it here. Let us change the UV editing on that one to maybe something like this. And because we've got that, holy crud. Thank you. Oh, not this again. Thank you, Mr. Greenwood. Greenwood? Greenwood. Remember the last time this happened? And then it just wouldn't stop? Oh, man. Thank you, Mr. Greenwood. Greenwood. Why is the screen very narrow? It's like a short. So, John, I do have a vertical stream, which you're watching. I've got a horizontal stream as well. That's so good. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's good. Reach out to me, Greenwood, on Discord if you need any help with anything. I'm normally pretty friendly. I'm going to press full time. Whoa. I'm just going to accept that. I'm live at the moment to have a chat after this. Let's put that there. All right. What special would happen on 100K? I don't know. I wouldn't mind like coming close. I mean, I wouldn't mind when it comes time when we're super close just to stream for as long as I can. I think that would be fun, but I know I would instantly regret that. I would very much regret that. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that would look like. But I mean, it would be pretty cool. But what would happen at 100K? I don't know. Do I just take a nap after that? Because I mean, like at the moment, it's midnight. I should go to bed. I got work tomorrow. But I'm like, no. I'm liking what I'm creating here at the moment. So I'm pretty chuffed. Long time to stand in one place. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be standing the whole time. That would be definitely me sitting down. I'm getting old, Terry. 4K. So I like this sign. I think we're going to make a few of these signs to kind of dot around. We know that there's always going to be punk kids coming in, touching stuff. So I would have to really fill in that store here and there. Infenza? Who's Infenza? The Infenza. Who's that guy? That sounds familiar. I think I know who you're talking about. $300,000. Oh, man. Oh, this guy. Hopefully there's no audio playing because I don't want to get striked again. Yeah. Have I chatted to him? I can't remember. I don't know. I think I've chatted to him. Old, you don't know old yet. Dude, I feel it in my knees. Oh, dude, it hurts like anything. Impesa does a lot of low poly models. Yeah, okay. I should probably watch from the vertical too. So, but yeah, where are we? Okay, so I'm liking what we've got at the moment. Let's kind of reassess. Haven't done much in the background here. We do need to add in our door up there. That space is very, very small. This is something that we could probably steal here, and also we'll steal that pad. But yeah, it's going to be, it is going to be a lot of Shift D. That's kind of cool. What was I saying? What? Can't remember now. Yeah, I don't know what we would do once we hit 100,000. I know I'll be celebrating. I will be so happy to achieve a lifelong goal. I mean, it's been 10 years. He's in Brisbane. At least you walk past him in the local shop centre. Oh, that's pretty cool. I have only had it once where someone has come up to me and recognized me. It was the most weirdest experience, but also it was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty cool. But it was more the fact that I was having lunch and guy comes up to me, he's like, "Sorry, excuse me, are you Malcolm 3D?" And I'm like, "Oh my goodness, how cool!" But then because I was at uni, all my friends that I was with, now every time I walked into a room, they're like, "Excuse me, are you Malcolm 3D?" Richo is one of my admins now, lifelong friend. He will be. Very grateful for that experience. All right, let's kind of continue on. Let's go like so. We're just adding in all those little details. So if we, like, I like what we have now, but we're just missing all the little elements. I wouldn't mind adding some windows here. Probably something needs to be created here. I think this section here might be a big get stuff roller door maybe, or another doorway we could attach. But overall, and then, oh yeah, we need to put crud in here as well and blah, blah, blah. But overall, it's looking quite nice. I think if we were to come up to the top here and maybe add in some antennas and some satellite dishes. So if we were to just jump into my kitbashing set, antennas, antenna. So for instance, if we were just to plop this one here, like that, let's take this, something like so. Let's put in an antenna, this antenna, this antenna. I like this one. And then what else can we do? Put in that. Anuj, welcome to the stream. Pew, pew. Public chairs outdoors, absolutely. And that's where creating more like signage pieces on like a A-frame or something, that would be great. Putting in more vending machines, I wouldn't mind making another version of this machine. And we've spoken about this before about just making like separate text sets, but it's on the same mesh. You must be an actual celebrity feels when fans approach him. Yes, I don't doubt that. But it's only happened to me once, so whatever. I've had all my teeth removed. The wife broke her heart. She was convinced I was leaving her bit by bit. Yeah. I'm still a fan of, what do you call a Viking that's lost his boat? Hiking. That's one of my favorites at the moment. That's where it begins. Hips. Yeah, the hips. Yes. My knees are the ones that are going at the moment. That's not bad. Are there any other assets? So I got complex greebles that we could do. I got doors. I got hatches, engines. We got greeble plates. I mean, there's things that we could throw over the top. So, for instance, I could do this. Bring that down, and then this is kind of like a just something a little bit in there. What else could we do? We could put in some of these pieces, and just to fill the space. Landing gears, I don't think we need. Pistons, I think would be great, but we don't really need them. Pipes to the nth degree, which would be delish. Oh, actually, I like these pipes. Let's utilize them. I think I need to sit down and maybe rebuild some of these pipes. So that what does that look like? That looks kind of delicious. Let's put a pipe through there. So I could bring that down. How's that? Let's move it over a little bit. So that's kind of cool. And it's just more around just adding all these like little details just to build up the scene a bit. Great. Any other greebly things that are like tickling my fancy? Antennas there. Hang on, I saw it. Where is it? There it is. I like this piece. I think that's something that might fit well here. G to the Y, scale that down. GY, GZ. All right, GY. Yes, look at that. Delish. Just gonna look at one other thing. We've got supports. Oh, that's not a bad idea. If I were to grab this piece, for instance, and then we put it like here-ish. Let's go something like this. What does that look like? Nah, stuff that. Maybe this support here. I'm just trying to find a good spot to put it. What about if it's there? I think there's a window there. Nope, that's fine. Scale that down, Z, bring it up. And then we have this kind of, it's not bad. All right, let's go. Let's do just a quick render. Control numpad 0. Layout, I'm just gonna get rid of that. I think I might build some smaller assets off screen. Let's go 2048, 2048. Rotate XX. Kevin, I think you will be gone. Yep, Kevin's not being rendered. Let us move the camera back a smidgen. So we've got that. This here can probably be like a bit of an orangey color. Roughness all the way up. Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's just get rid of that. Yeah, that's better. I like that. I like that. That's great. That's great. We're going to go F12 to do a quick render. He's done a video setting up. Sorry. Public chairs, yeah. I have had all my teeth, yes. Now the model, I reckon, is one of the best buildings so far. Yeah, I've really put a lot of effort into it, and I think it will get better and better. I just need some more assets. Let's go into, so this is what we've got. So one of the things that I always love to do is in the compositing, I should probably just make this a template. This is new. Okay. From here, we're going to go into a lens distortion. Dump that one into there. Distort is 0.1. We're going to go fit, disperse 0.1. And then that's going to give us that. It's a little bit too strong, 0.02. That'll give us that, which is great. Let's go a glare node. All right, let's go bloom. Bloom. Strength 0.1. Saturation 0.1. Okay. 0.02. It's not bad. I think it's going to be great once we start putting stuff around the base. Oh, smedge. I was thinking smedge. I think this is looking delicious. If I do high quality, yeah, that's looking great. Let's just go image, save as, and this will be test 1. The other thing I want to do is we're going to bring down to -2. Let's go F12 and we'll see what that looks like now. Got a bit of bloom there. 0.02. That's great. And then we could even like put some lights shooting upwards. So I'm just going to save this now and then come back and fix this later. If we were to do a area light, for instance, rotate X 180. Let's scale that down. Shift D to the, oh, actually, Alt D X, Alt D, and then if we rotate XX, Alt D, let's rotate that around, Alt D, let's rotate that around, Alt D, let's rotate that around. And then so that kind of gives us this great look of, so just highlight the building a little bit better. Technically we should probably, oh, test 2, please. I'm pretty happy with that. So let me work on this a little bit more. Might do another stream Friday night. We'll see. Where we're just going to be creating small little assets to throw around shops and such. And then what we can do, yeah, I'll slap this up on Patreon and we'll go from there. If you are new to the stream, welcome. 124. Yes. We've gone up. We're on the final stretch, baby. Even though it's been a slow grind, we've got this. We can do this. I'm going to call it a night, though, because I got to meet up with someone. Did you make a poopy? I got to catch up with someone now. Just have a quick meeting. But we have achieved a lot. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends. I'll see you soon. Au revoir. Bonjour. Auf Wiedersehen. Thank you. Giwoon, thank you again. I will see you soon. What is... Meet all the no microphone is muted but has no sync. What?